We live in a world that can feel, well, just chaotic, right? Totally overwhelming. But what if the key to real strength wasn't something you had to find out there, but something that's already in here? That's what we're going to dive into today. Some seriously ancient wisdom that's like a practical toolkit for mastering your own mind.
I mean, does this sound familiar? You're just constantly bombarded with news, worrying about what other people are doing, trying to deal with how unpredictable life is. Yeah, we all know that feeling, but here's a thought. What if the answer isn't about getting more control over the world, but about totally changing how we think about control in the first place?
And that brings us to the first big idea. This is like the bedrock of everything else we're going to talk about. It's this. Our real power, it doesn't come from bending the world to our will. Nope. It comes from shaping our own minds.
Okay, so picture this. There are two columns. In one column, you've got everything that's outside of you. Events, other people, luck, all the stuff we waste so much energy trying to wrestle to the ground. But then, look at the other column. That's where the magic happens. Your judgments, your actions, your own will. That's your turf. That's the only game you can truly control.
Now, let's be clear. This is not about just giving up or not caring about anything. Not at all. Think of it more like a strategic retreat. You're pulling back to the one fortress that no one can ever breach, your own mind. And when you really, really get that, man, it's not just a relief. It's where you find this deep, unshakable strength.
And this just flips the whole idea of happiness on its head, doesn't it? We're so used to thinking it's something you have to find or buy or achieve out in the world. But this wisdom says, no, that's not it. Happiness is a skill. It's an inward power you grow yourself. It's all about mastering your own way of thinking, the one and only thing you truly have control over.
Okay, so that all sounds good in theory, but how does this mindset actually help with something we all struggle with, like all the time? I'm talking about anxiety. How does focusing inward help us deal with that constant worry and fear? Well, check out this reframe. It's huge. Anxiety isn't some monster that attacks you from the outside. It's a story you are telling yourself, inside your own head. And the best part, if you're the author of that story, you can decide to stop telling it. You can literally just discard it.
So okay, how? How do you just discard it? The answer is so simple it's almost shocking. Just confine yourself to the present. Think about it. Anxiety lives in the future, right? In all those what-ifs. Regret is stuck in the past. But peace? Peace is right here, right now. If you focus on this moment, you basically cut off anxiety's food supply. It just starves.
And wow, isn't that the truth? Seriously, just think about how much energy we burn worrying about things that never even happen. Our imagination can be our own worst enemy sometimes. So this wisdom is like a wake-up call, telling us to get grounded in what's actually real, right now, not in all the stuff that might be.
All right, let's take this same idea, this internal focus, and see how it applies to another huge part of modern life, our obsession with wealth and, just stuff.
This next thought just totally flips the script on what it means to be rich. It's saying the goal isn't to pile up more and more possessions. The real game is to want less. Real freedom isn't about being able to buy anything you want. It's about mastering your desires so you don't have to.
So being poor, it's not really about the number in your bank account. It's a feeling. It's that nagging voice in your head that's always screaming for more. You could literally be a billionaire and still feel poor if you're constantly craving things you don't have.
And here it is, the ultimate redefinition. True wealth isn't just putting up with having less. It's about finding real, genuine joy and richness in a simpler life. Because at the end of the day, abundance isn't measured by what you own. It's measured by what you don't need.
Okay, so we've got a stronger mind, we've got a whole new way of looking at wealth. So what's next? How do we take all this and actually, do something with it? How do we live a good life every single day? I love this because it's so practical. It's a no-nonsense guide. Step 1, decide who you want to be. Simple, have that intention. Step 2, do what you got to do. Take action. Then, and this one is so important, stop talking about your philosophy and just live it, embody it. And finally, keep the ball rolling. Do a good thing, and then just move on to the next one. No need for a victory lap.
And this is such a key point. Being excellent or being a good person, it's not about one big heroic act. It's a habit. It's all the little things you do over and over again. It's like building a wall, brick by brick, every single day. Character isn't something you're born with, it's something you build, one choice at a time.
So all of this, it brings us to one last and maybe the most urgent idea of all. We've got our minds in the right place, our values are clear, so there's really only one thing left to do.
Think about procrastination. It's not just a bad habit, right? It's a thief. It literally robs you of the only thing you actually possess, right now, this moment. And it does it by promising you this fantasy of tomorrow. But here's the thing, tomorrow is never, ever guaranteed.
The entire future is a giant question mark. We just don't know. So the command is simple, but it's powerful. Live immediately. Don't put it off. Don't wait until everything's perfect to be happy, or to be a good person, or to just start living. The time is now.
So let's end with this thought. Your life is like a play. And what really matters isn't how long the play is. It's how well you act your part. So the question for you, for today's scene, is this. How are you going to perform?